Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be doing another VOD review. I know I said I was going to be doing a lot of these and then I haven't, but we are back today. And this isn't going to be our typical VOD review where we go over an entire tournament and just look at some highlights. We're going to be talking about a very special set today, and that is going to be Acola over Spargo at Coolon 12 with Kagaribi. And he pulls it off with his secondary Aegis as well. This set is an absolute banger, and let's just get into it. I don't have a specific example to talk about right here, but I just want to use this opening part of the video to compliment how good Acola's Aegis is. Right here, you're going to notice that Spargo just took basically 20% from that interaction, actually 18, 2 dash attacks in a row. That is the hardest that Spargo is going to get hit through the rest of this stock, because it is just Acola constantly winning neutral over and over and over again. He's just getting these little hits, and he wasn't able to get too many crazy Pyra Mithra combos, at least in this game number one, but he didn't need them because his neutral was just better than Spargo's, which is something that is crazy to say. I mean, beating Spargo in a Swordie Ditto is already impressive, but to do it when it's not even your main character is extra impressive. But now we're getting to the part of the clip that is like actually insane. First of all, that's just nice awareness from Acola, but that is incredible. That is something that he very clearly has put in a lot of time into figuring out, oh wait, this is an amazing counter. And also, what a solution that this is. This is literally the perfect counter. So you're going to see Acola going above Spargo's up B right here. So he's outside of the threat range, and he's coming down with the hitbox, but he comes down faster than Cloud comes down, because by the time Cloud is hitting his climax, you already have Aegis, or rather Pyra, coming back to the ground, and then you're going to get hit by that super strong hit there. Just insane from Acola to actually pull the trigger there and to be aware of that scenario. And literally 2 seconds after that clip, Acola pulls off a 0-2 death on Spargo. And it all starts off with his down air right here. And I like that Pyra Mithra players have been using Mithra down air in neutral more, because I actually think that move is really good. Shouts to MKLeo specifically, because he's been getting a ton of utilization out of that. But look what this move is covering. It's covering pretty much this entire space right here, as well as the jump somehow. And if this back air doesn't hit, I'm pretty sure Acola would die here, because he's just in the corner with no stage control versus Cloud. But this completely opens up the scenario, allows Acola to get back into this situation. And again, he's not beating Spargo because he's just hitting him harder. Aegis just has a higher damage output than Cloud. He gets like 26 there, and that's the most he's going to get throughout this stock. Another call out there, calls out the back air, parries it. He extra called that out, and then you get the down smash. And at this point, you're pretty much just screwed as Cloud. Now, I don't love how Spargo did this recovery. I do think it could have been a little bit better. I definitely agree with the jump right there. He's pretty much kind of forced to do that jump to actually have options. And you have a couple things here. You could swing aggressively with a back air, but that's assuming that Acola is fully drifting into you, and if you miss that back air, you are absolutely going to die. You can try to recover high and just clip Acola with your hitbox of up B, but again, you're putting Acola in a situation where he is going to be able to take a swing. I think the best situation for Spargo here is going to actually try to be stalling with cross slash and just trying to guess that Acola is going to cover high or low. You really are forced into a 50-50, but every single time he does this air dodge, he is just 1,000% going to die. As you saw, Acola does end up going low, so my plan would have worked, but obviously hindsight is 2020. Regardless, though, this up B is just clipping Spargo literally no matter what he does. The second that he uses that air dodge, he is just dead, because Acola, the best player in the world, is going to be able to react to an air dodge, and all it takes is him pressing up B. He doesn't even have to space it, because that move is just so massive. It sweeps up, and the final hit of up B doesn't connect, but it doesn't matter. Spargo is without his resources. And really quickly, I do think that in this matchup, Aegis is better at Edgeguarding. The main flaw, I'd argue the only flaw of these two characters, is going to be their recovery. And Cloud's style of Edgeguarding is obviously incredible. You have this massive hitbox with back air, but that's not what you need versus a character like Aegis or Cloud, who has a lackluster recovery. You just need a hitbox that lasts out there for a while, a lingering hitbox like a, I don't know, Mithra Nair or a Mithra up B that's out there for a really long time, that just controls a bunch of space. You're stopping your opponent from getting to the ledge, because once they burn that initial resource, that's honestly all they have. And I just think Mithra is really good at abusing Cloud in that sense in this matchup. And I've got another really nice string to show you here from Acola. And something that I realized a lot when I was watching this VOD is that the Acola Aegis is still extremely unoptimized. That's not even a diss. That's just like genuinely scary. Like there, for example, he easily could have gotten another back air right there. And the little hits with Mithra actually do matter a lot, because the character isn't hitting incredibly hard. Your advantage state neutral is really good, so you're often winning. But when you're actually looking tit for tat, she's not doing a ton of damage. Now this is crazy. That's the Steve player in Acola. To every bone in his body is telling him to F-smash. I assume he's going for a fastball air dodge read there. Of course, it could be something else, or maybe he just wanted to forward smash, but we'll say that was an air dodge read. Doesn't end up panning out. but then this happens, and this is crazy. Now, I'm not giving Acola credit for this. I'm saying this is a misinput, but look how it worked out. I mean, this is like one of the most insane interactions that I've seen maybe ever in Smash Ultimate. So you can see this Cloud back air is coming out just like literally, I think 2 frames away. 2 frames away from hitting Mythra, or I guess technically 3 because she crouched. And the Pyra forward smash, low profiles Cloud back air. I mean, that is unreal. Again, we are giving Acola 0 credit for that, but it's just a crazy interaction. Reads the roll right there, and then this next part, the read, is maybe my favorite part of the entire tournament. That's so good from Acola. He reads the roll. The same roll happens from Spargo. Acola, not in a position to punish it. You know, he went for that down tilt, and he could try to still punish this roll. He could go for a grab, a dash attack, another down tilt, but he doesn't need to because he knows what Spargo is doing next. Immediately reads that jump with the back air, and then another jump in from Spargo that once again gets read by this Acola up tilt. And obviously this is just good option coverage from Acola, but it still works out in his favor. This hits in front of him, above him, and technically behind him if Spargo did roll behind. Just amazing spacing from Acola. That forward smash was one of the craziest things I've ever seen in this game, and you could definitely tell why Acola was winning this set. And this is just another example of Acola using Pyra up B to counter Cloud specifically that I just really love from Acola. Again, I've said a lot in this video, I'll probably say it a couple more times, but the time and effort that has went into very specifically Pyra versus Cloud is so evident. So the way that Spargo is going to try to recover here, something that he honestly does pretty typically, it's just a decent option for Cloud. You come in aggressively with this up B. If it doesn't hit, most characters in this game aren't going to be able to get a sustainable punish on you because they're going to be having to deal with that disjoint as Cloud falls down. So realistically, you're going to have to like parry and then just hope your timing is right, or have a good up B out of shield. Characters like Game & Watch, Mario, maybe Pyra, apparently, as Spargo is coming down. You see Acola ripping this up. I mean, in Acola's mind, Spargo's dead the second that he hit his shield, and I just want to see the actual hitboxes on this because I just haven't before. Look at that. It's just such a perfect interception from that Pyra side B onto Cloud, and it secures him a stock in the same fashion, and he's pretty much just taking that option off of the table from Spargo. You cannot be aggressive with this up B because I'm going to kill you every single time. I also really quickly just wanted to give a compliment to Acola's Pyra because he plays this character like a maniac, and I think that's the correct way to play Pyra. Well, the correct way to play Pyra is to not play her at all, but sometimes when you can, just kill someone at 66 before the hit, yeah, I can definitely understand why you would be playing that character if you have the hard read, but he's not trolling on Pyra. He plays Mythra for pretty much 90% of the game. Even when his opponent is at a really high percent, 150, 140%, he's still playing Mythra because he knows he can just win that advantage state and then ledge trap with Pyra or just get the edge guard specifically versus Cloud. But it's that mid-range percent where you actually see the Pyra come out like 60, 70, maybe 80% because those are the percents where you're actually going to be able to get a cheese kill that Mythra wouldn't be able to get. And I think that's something that is honestly really interesting to think about for Pyra Mythra players because I'm someone that's always advocated that you should pretty much always just play Mythra, but getting a sock at 66% is definitely something that makes me think about it. And I know that this is an Acola VOD review, but this clip was just too cool to not put in the video, so shouts to Spargo for hitting that, because, ooh! I should also add that Acola definitely plays Pyra more so than other Pyra Mythra players. Obviously, it's still going to be a majority Mythra, especially at the low percents, but Acola is just so confident in his swings at the high percents. He genuinely plays the character like it's Steve. He goes for every read that he thinks he has, throws out as many down airs as he can. He's spamming those side Bs, and they're honestly getting a ton of value. And it is extremely evident in this game 4, especially after he loses that stock right there, that Acola gets very desperate. He becomes nervous. He's throwing out a ton of haymakers that aren't necessarily bad, but maybe ones that he shouldn't be throwing out. I think this is a really good example of it. Just staying on Pyra a little bit too long here, especially when Spargo gets away from the corner there. You should just immediately be switching to Mythra, but he's trying to force the issue, takes 56% because of it, barely just misses out on that forwarder there, and the stress level's got to be off the roof. Again, another forward smash. Should he be doing that? No, absolutely not. And this read ends up working out where he gets this really nice scoop on the up smash, but Acola is very clearly nervous at this point, which is what makes this last stock that much more incredible. And this final Acola stock has him pulling off what I think is his best advantage state throughout the entirety of the set. And you'll notice that it starts with him doing this forward throw instead of the typical Pyra, or rather Mythra, down throw. Now, usually Mythra players are just going to go for that down throw to take that guaranteed 40 to 50%. But Acola opts to take this 16% if the dash attack was true, which I don't even know if it was, but it ends up hitting, so we will say it's true. And the reason that he does this is he has, as you can see, all of the stage is now Acola's. He has the entirety of stage control, and he knows that damage isn't something that Mythra really needs to be concerned about. You're gonna get that damage, even if you have to win a bunch of interactions over and over and over again, and that's what you're gonna see Acola doing here. You have Spargo burning the shove, and to be honest, this was a really ill-advised jump from Spargo. It just puts him in such a terrible spot right here. He's going to try to be aggressive and immediately get out of the situation with the downer, which Acola baits out, by the way, pressures him from under the platform, gets him to 56%, or 58 rather, and Spargo still doesn't have a jump at this point. He's still in the disadvantage, and I appreciate that you have Acola pressuring from under the platforms as well, so he's literally not at risk of Spargo kind of reversaling him. He's just able to throw out his whimsy hitboxes. If they hit, great. If not, whatever. I'll just throw another 3. Continues to punish on Spargo here. He wanted to kill him here, absolutely, probably with a forward smash read, but Spargo just gets to the ground so quick that Acola really isn't able to set up for opts to go for the scrap, and from this point on, Acola is in kill mode. Everything he wants to do is to kill Spargo, except for the scrap right here, but everything else he wants to do is to kill Spargo, and he's so precise. Usually when you see Acola playing Pyra, as we were watching earlier, he's throwing out moves like crazy. He just wants a hitbox to connect because he knows if it connects, he dies, or they die. But he's being very precise here. He's waiting for his opening. Spargo goes for that ill-advised up air, barely misses, and now you're above Pyra, which is not where you want to be. Does this panic air dodge here to get to the ground, but it's not quick enough. Somehow, that up smash connects, just barely clipping Spargo at the end there, and Acola finally gets his big win over Spargo. There's so much stuff in this set that you can see has clearly been practiced by Acola for this one matchup. His Pyra Mythra is still pretty unoptimized, and it's already taking out players like Spargo. I think Acola could honestly be the best player in the world if he just played Pyra Mythra. If he keeps it up, of course, as it stands right now, probably not. But in a couple months, I mean, who knows? He's been having such great progress with this character, and I'm honestly so excited to see him play Sonics or Spargo again in the run back. You know I've been fiending for that. But with that, I thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. The sport has been absolutely unreal as of late. If there's anything I left out, got wrong, or if you just want to say hi, leave a comment down below. Sup while you're down there, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.